For the final time this weekend, we race. Bondarev leads perfectly down into position 1. Sambudla, the South African, sends it up into second place. We've lost 2 karts at the exit of turn 2 and 3. Great start by Maciej Gwadic. And there's a traffic jam at the pit hairpin. Bondarev, though, he's gone. Sambudla's going with him. It was Dowie Dedeka who went wide, has recovered, but he's lost a ton of time. And also Dmitry Matveev, the Siberian, the former WSK Supermaster Series champion. The Siberian, that was in Mini, he's out. We'll see if he can rejoin. He'll be a long way down, though. Bondarev is gone. Sambudla in second place. And then the second of the Ricky Flynn Motorsport Lando Norris karts. Up into third, it's Maciej Gwadic. The second generation racer is ahead of Lucas Flutzer, Andreas Cardenas, Leo Nielsen, Marcus Sata, Kavalkin, Konsani, and Max Ons for Bruges. Zach Drummond has made up 10 positions, the Scotsman, on the opening lap of the race. Alexander Bondarev from Sambudla. We can hear you cheering down there in South Africa. Your boy from Johannesburg in the 304 Kart Republic runs in position 2. A brilliant drive from Sambudla. Trying to catch the Ukrainian Alexander Bondarev, who desperately wants revenge. He goes up onto 3 wheels as he turns in the Lando Norris kart, and Fluxa goes by Maciej Gwadic, the all-in-backed RFM driver, for position 4. That's Andreas Cardenas, the South American, the Champions Cup champion. He's quick, he's in P5. So Maciej Gwadic, the second of the RFM karts. Sideways in the background was Cardenas. Gwadic, whose father Adam, the former Porsche Carrera Cup and Volkswagen racer from around about a decade ago, can't be with us. But Adam, your boy, position 4. We know you're watching on live on WSK.it. The all-in-backed Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver down through the chicane in position 4. Lucas Fluxa just pulls out a small gap ahead of the pole. The South African in second. There's the Peruvian in P5. But it is the Ukrainian for RFM in position 1. Completes the third lap of the race. The field settles down. It's a relatively clean start, unfortunately, just confirming Matveev is out. In fact, there's the 301 Koski Motorsport kart, just flashing by at the top of your screen in the inside of turn 1. So the front 5 have pulled away. A nice gap from Kavalkin, Konsani, Leo Nielsen, Max Ons for Bruges, and Marcus Sata, the Norwegian, rounds out the 10. The order at the bottom of your screen. Sambudla still in position 2. First ever race in Europe was half a decade ago at the Rock Cup International Final right here at South Garda Karting. He was just another number in that enormous event. That's when we first met young Luviwe. That was in Mini. And now here he is in the WSK Supermaster Series. The South African is on the podium. The nation from down at the bottom of Africa with a long and storied history in motor racing. It's been some time since we've heard the South African national anthem ring out in World of Motorsport, DTM probably aside. A few drivers racing in the World GT Challenge. But in World Karting, it has been some time. But their boy is on the podium at the moment. He's been caught though by Maciej Gwadic. Gwadic is the 2020 WSK Open Cup champion. He won that title in the mini class for the Paralympic team. Second race for the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team with the all newly homologated Lando Norris kart. Lando here at the circuit testing as Luffy West Sambudla up the inside, and Gwadic will try and follow him through. Yes, Lando actually testing the car with his former team, Ricky Flynn Motorsport, on more than one occasion. Lando joining us for free practice at Adria in October 2021 for the WSK Open Cup. And the chassis tuned by the world-class crack Ricky Flynn Motorsport team. They're in positions 1, and with Gwadic now in position 3 as well. So Flutzer in 3:03, the fastest qualifier. Can he make it 2 WSK victories? He won the final cup, as we mentioned, at Adria at the end of 2021 with a brilliant, well-deserved drive. He's in B2, but Gwadic looks quick. Fastest driver on the circuit, it's René Lammers, 48.386. But the kleine pilot van Zandvoort, the Dutchman who won round one, he's way down the field in 17th place. As it stands, Bondarev, even if he was to cede the place to Fluxa, which he desperately does not want to do, he would take the series lead into La Conca in 3 weeks' time. Bondarev, the gap is 1.2 seconds to Fluxa, Guadic, and Luviwe Sambudla. We think of the great tracks down in South Africa, Zwartkops, but then again, yeah, I know I did not pronounce that anywhere near correctly. The new Formula K circuit on the outskirts of Johannesburg. Of course, Killarney in Cape Town. Luviwe knows the most so well, and he knows Lonato pretty well as well. He's in position for a step off the podium. Marcus Sartre last time around with a 48.232. The Norwegian is behind the Frenchman Andy Consani in 7th. Kavalkan is in 6th. Cardenas is in 5. Then Sambudla on your screen, P4. And then the fight for the podium. Guadic, Flutzer and Alexander Bondarev. Marcus Sartre again goes fastest. 48 dead for the Norwegian versus 48.4. Marcus is absolutely flying. The 347 Ward Racing Tony Kart. In fact, there he is coming down the hill now in position 8. Just ahead of Yannick Sharovsky. That was Enya Frey, the Swiss driver, also for RFN going through. Ahead of Maxence Fabrus, the Frenchman, the Parisian making his debut in 2022 for Forza Racing. A place outside the top 10 ahead of Tom Callender. Another great turn of speed for the German. Tom Callender was impressive in the first round of the WSK Supermaster Series. He's come from grid, 22, 23, 22 in fact. The TB Racing team driver. He's only a place outside the top 10. Ahead of Salim Hanna Hernandez, who's also come storming through the field to be up into P13. The gap is 0.7 of a second. Flutzer goes purple. He's catching him down through the chicane. Guadic, Sambudla, superb. Half race distance, the OK Junior final. There is Luviwe, would desperately love to get up onto the podium. And remember, this world-class field, 90 drivers in OK Junior. As Sata goes by and takes Andy Consani, that's for P7. The Ward Racing Tony Kart goes by Consani in the Sodi Kart. Bondarev, 0.6 of a second, another 10th from the Spaniard to the Ukrainian. He will be absolutely doggedly determined to take the victory after what happened 2 weeks ago. Waited until the very final corner, took the lead from Rene Lammers, came into Parc Ferme, and as we mentioned in our introduction, the front bumper was not just pushed in, it was crushed, was stripped of the victory as the regulations, well, rightfully or wrongfully, that's how they are, that's what they dictated. He was absolutely distraught, but wow, what a determined, revengeful drive this afternoon. I don't mean that in a negative sense at all, absolutely 100% concentration from the Ukrainian. Ricky Flynn himself watching on from pit lane, but his driver's being caught. Lucas Fluxa brings it down to 0.4 of a second. Ricky Flynn Motorsport run 1-3. Kart Republic in 2 and 4. Kavalkan, the Russian, in position 5. Ahead of Cardenas in the Energy. Ahead of Sata, who's still lapping quicker than the leaders. There is the Norwegian coming down the hill as Kavalkan runs wide in the background. Cardenas will try and capitalize on that slight error from Anatoly Kavalkan as they go down into the hairpin. The gap, well, it was almost a second. You can see on your screen, it's now gone. 6 laps remaining in the OK Junior final. Round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series here at the center of the karting universe, South Garda Karting. Bondarev, the gap is officially 0.19. He looks over his right shoulder. He'll be able to hear the IAME engine coming. He'll get a glimpse of the White Kart Republic. He's driving a Vortex-powered Lando Norris kart, which is as quick as any. He leads the race. A 48.2 last time round versus a 47.9 for Lucas Flutzer. If he makes the move, I promise you, Bondarev will fight back immediately. Here's an opportunity, too far back. He can't hold on, surely, into the final corner. Flutzer, vamos, Lucas. And he goes through to take the lead. Watch the response from Bondarev. A quick look over the left shoulder, back to his teammate, Maciej Guadic, who's 9/10 of a second behind. That gives him enough breathing space. He does not need to defend, he can attack. Up the inside, he needs to do it now because Lucas is quicker. Shadows the back of the 303 Kart Republic. Fuchsa is flying. Perhaps Bondarev needed to make the move into the pit hairpin. Guadic is catching him. Goes slightly wide, does Fuchsa. Puts the right foot down, accelerates into the hairpin. A tighter line from Bondarev. And now he catches up in the tight section, closes up slightly under brakes. He needs to make the move. Lucas has not put a Vega tyre out of place. There is Guadic and Sam Budla, still superb in P4. Here's Cardenas going through ahead of Konsani, Sharowski, Enya Frey, Verbruge, Tom Callender, Salim Hanna Hernandez, Nathan Tai, also from the back of the grid in the other Sodi kart. He's gone up into 13th place. The former protege of Formula E driver and Formula 2 racer, Ollie Rowland. A few of the ORM guys here in the paddock this weekend. Ollie has trained them well. Racing in Formula E this weekend over in, I think it's Mexico, to be honest. Nathan Tai, his former driver, up into P13 from near on the back of the grid. Won't make the podium, but another brilliant performance from the Brit, who was third in the season opening WSK Champions Cup. So RFM, they're 2 and 3. The independent Kart Republics of Deanchurch, 1 and 4. Fuchsa, 3/10 of a second ahead as the sun starts to set here in the north of Italy. Fuchsa slightly sideways, straightens up on the exit. Bondarev, 2 kart lengths back, give or take, given at which point of the circuit they're on. Accelerates up the hill. Does Fuchsa, nice tight line. And then goes down the hill. There's only about, what, 30, 40 centimetres of elevation, believe it or not, but it's enough to have a big difference on the momentum of the karts. As you look at Guadic bounce, he's got the speed. He's actually quicker than his teammate. Guadic has come from a mile back. Second race with the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team. The WSK Open Cup Mini Champion from 2020. Can he take the win? Can he at least take second place? Fuchsa across the line, 2 laps remaining. The gap is out to half a second. Fuchsa, who took that brilliant victory at Adria in the WSK Final Cup. There are 90 junior drivers here at Lonato this weekend. He qualified fastest with a time of 47.584 on Friday. This world-class field, and with a lap and a go, he's in the lead. With a lap and a half to go, I should say. We're getting excited here at Lonato. This will be another incredible victory. Guadic in P3. There's some Budla. If the RFM drivers fight, the South African will capitalise. This is the last lap for Lucas Fuchsa. Guadic still in position 3. Marcus Sata with a 47.978. The Norwegian has come from grid 15. He's gone purple. He'll miss the podium, but he's lapped faster than anybody. Just been matched as I speak by Kirill Kutskov with a 47.891. They're too far back. Maciej Guadic on the back of his teammate. It will be P2 again, once again for Bondarev. Down into the final few corners. Lucas Fuchsa, he won the WSK Final Cup. He is going to win round 2 of the WSK Supermasters Series from Mallorca in the middle of the Mediterranean. Vamos! Lucas Fuchsa takes the checkered flag to win round 2 here at the centre of the karting universe. Bondarev heartbreakingly home again in second, and Guadic on the podium. He was signalling to his teammates on the very final corner to go, boy, go. Maciej home in third, and a brilliant 4th place for the South African, Luviwe Sam Budla.